Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.
Whoa, it's been a while since I've talked with my voice at you. I'm going to do a quick little jump. No, this way. Whoa. It always comes loose. And I don't know why. I just tightened it. So I'm going to put you right here. So Halloween's coming up. And I talked about this, and I talked about everything. The past two streams, I've talked about so much because there was so much to talk about. Because I was gone for a week. I haven't done one in over a week, and it was because. What was it because? Because I had to make my Halloween costume, and you know, I don't get paid to make this comic. I get paid to do other things. So I had to take care of business. I had to make this costume. I was trying to stay afloat with the Inktober drawings, one of which I did late. I did 2 on the 24th to make up for the 23rd because I had a Halloween party to go to. So when I say I'm busy, I made this costume between like midnight and 3 a.m. over 2 nights. I made this helmet, and I made like some body armor, and I made like a couple simple gauntlets, and I made a sword and a shield out of cardboard. So that's what I've been up to. And then I had a triumphant comeback. I got that all taken care of, and I did a big comeback show, and it was the best show yet. No, but I didn't have any sound because I've been trying to figure stuff out with. This is distracting me. This little notch up here. I've been trying to figure stuff out with just recording stuff to put into commercials, the Adam Carolla commercials that I do, and in trying to fix that for Audacity, I messed up my recording setup for this. And so I did a 2.5-hour show with no sound, and then I was doing a late show last night, and thankfully one of my buddies came into the chat and said something. I mean, I was about to end it when he came on anyway, but I'm glad he caught me and said, and well, I'll get to that anyway. Yeah. So he came in and told me there was no sound, and I was like, there was probably no sound yesterday too. But one thing I noticed was it did one thing I wanted it to do, which was it played my speaker sound for the theme song. It played it through the speaker, so you can actually hear what the theme song sounds like instead of me playing it in the room and then broadcast it to you. Like, it actually played the sound on top of the video, which is kind of a thing I was trying to do with the sound, but all the microphone pickup was gone. So if there's a way, if anyone watching this knows of a way I can toggle in YouTube to record the system sound and then switch to the microphone over here, my microphone, That's what I was trying to figure out on a little test stream that I deleted last night after that second fiasco. So anyway, I'm back. I'm back with sound. I'm going to finish the page I started yesterday. It was a late one yesterday, but I didn't want to miss a day after being gone for a week and only coming back one day. So I just did the top for this page. I had some stuff I was showing and telling. You can see me showing and telling stuff in the last couple episodes, but you just can't hear me telling it. So I think the last I saw you guys was my birthday. Yeah. Or something like that, or right after my birthday. So I got a couple things for my birthday. I got figure drawing, or what? Second camera. Okay. Figure Drawing for All It's Worth by Andrew Loomis, which I've wanted for a long time. It's got all kinds of stuff in here. Placing the mannequin at any spot or level. Female mannequin. Grouping shadow masses. Accenting form. Building from the skeleton. Let's see, they roughen the bones and then they figure out how the forms wrap around the bones. Like I'm always trying to get better. Ooh, turning and twisting. There's something very interesting in here, but I forget what it was. Blocks and planes. There was something about lighting, different kinds of lighting. That's what it was. Like shading for different forms of lighting, like 3/4 poses or underlit and stuff like that. Somewhere here, it was like a mannequin head that they were showing it on. But anyway, so I got that. That's really cool. That's like a go-to art book for a lot of artists. Oh, I got new glasses, by the way. I got new glasses. I was just scratching my eyes. Remembered that part. Oh no, this is old. I've had this. So this is volume 1 of Pogo by Walt Kelly, which is brilliant. He's an expert cartoonist. And he did this comic strip daily for, I forget how long, but a long dang time. And this is volume 1 of a projected 12-volume collection. And look how thick it is. This is a serious book. So you'll see, like, so this goes from 1950, July 3rd, 1950, all the way through December 31st, 1950. So this is a year of comics, but it's is that right? Could it only be? Oh, and then New York Star strips, 1948 through 1949. So there's strips from previous years too. I guess maybe it was put out by somebody else first. And then so I've had that and I love that. I want the whole collection. They're putting out 8 soon. Volume 8 soon. But I just got volume 2 for my birthday. It's called Pogo Bonafide Balderdash. Bonafide Balderdash. And Walt Kelly is a master. I was never familiar with him growing up, but I think I was inadvertently introduced to him through They Might Be Giants. They Might Be Giants did a couple Pogo songs, and I would start to recognize Pogo in places, and it's all in like this New Orleans-y accent. It's all kind of written with that voice, and so it's like sometimes it's like I don't even know what I'm reading for a minute, and then when I catch on, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah, so Pogo the Possum and all his swamp friends. Wonderful, beautiful art. And I found out looking through this book, his daughter painted and touched up all this art for the production of the book. Carolyn Kelly. And look at this one. Look at this one. I was amazed by this. Okay. So so this one goes from January 1st, 1951. I checked, like every day is occupied by a strip here. January 1st, 1951 through December 28th, 1952. And this is just volume 2 of the 12-volume collection that this is going to be. Now, if every 2-page spread, it's a week of strips, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Well, no Sunday. But if you come back here, it's because the Sundays were the colored ones. So the full page Sunday strip is here. And those are in order at the end of the book. So they just have a colored section of the book, but the rest of the book is black and white. That's why they did it that way. So, but yeah. So this guy did now this one is what did I say, 2-3 years? So this January 1st, 1951. All of 1951. All of 1952. And then it ends on December 28th because the next week picks up into the new year. You know what I mean? So this is all of 2 years. It's this huge tome. And I'm just really impressed by that. Which is not to say he drew a fresh strip every day those 2 years, but he did have a strip to produce for every day those 2 years. Which is very admirable. And they're very funny and they're very well drawn. So I had a good birthday. I went to a place called DC Cobb's, which it's like the whole menu is stunt burgers. Or like, I don't even remember what I got. Oh, I got something with like deep fried bacon on it. Another time I went there, I got like, it was called the Popeye, and it was like heavy on the spinach. It was all right. At one point of that one, I was like, this is too much spinach. By the way, I am recording, right? Yeah, I am. Good. I meant to look at the very beginning and I didn't. One of my roommates got one that was like smothered in macaroni and cheese. Yeah, so that's their menu. So I went there for dinner, and then afterwards we went to a cigar bar in a nearby town, and oh, that was nice. Yeah, but now it's time to get back to drawing. I've got my Winsor & Newton Series 7 Kolinsky Sable number 2 brush. I've got my Speedball ink poured into a beer bottle cap. I'm gonna try and get a lot done today. If I don't, so be it. Yesterday, we went and picked out, me and my 2 roommates, we went and picked out pumpkins to carve tonight. I think it'd be cool to go to a haunted house tonight, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Guys, it's a semi-secret, but I just got a download of the new They Might Be Giants album today, and it's pretty good. It's different, in an okay way. There's some really good songs on there. If you've been paying attention to their like preview tracks that they've been putting up on Spotify, those are some good tracks. There's some other good tracks. There's some that don't grab me as much as I'd like them to, but it's a pretty decent album. I would say it's comparable quality to their last album, I Like Fun. Which I really like. I Like Fun. This one is called Book. And I also got the Pamphlet EP download, which has some tracks on it. And those were enjoyable, even though I've heard I've heard 3. Let me think. I'll have to look. I forget what was on it. Okay, no, I heard 2 of the 4 songs on it, but it was also good. Okay. So I got new glasses. What else happened? Oh, so I went to. I'll talk about this first, and I'll talk about the thing that I was that's more pressing in my mind. I went to my family's Halloween party, and I wore my Viking costume made out of cardboard. And by the way, I went through a whole bag of glue sticks for the hot glue gun on pretty much just the helmet. I used some of it on the chest armor, but most of that thing is taped together. But it's decent. I wanted to make a kilt out of cardboard, like a kind of like an armor kilt out of cardboard, and a beard out of cardboard. And I wanted to do more with the arm gauntlets, but they just kind of just go around my arms. But like I say, I was doing this between midnight and 3 a.m. in the corner of my life. So it kind of stopped there. I don't think I will add anything to it between now and Halloween either. I'm not really going to get to hang out too much on Halloween. I will do a show. I'm pretty certain of that. But my life is upside down again on Halloween. But what else? So I went to the party, and so the reason I started making the cardboard costumes is because I wanted to at least give my brother's girlfriend a run for her money, because she always, or I guess it's his fiance now, she always goes above and beyond with these themed family costumes. They have 3 kids, 3 boys, and they always show up in like a themed costume, and she always goes through the roof with creativity on it. So I wanted to start showing her up, or not showing her up, but like at least being the competing creative guy in the room was kind of the intention. And so yeah, but every year it gets more advanced for them. Like they just keep upping the ante, and who could keep up with it? I tell you, it's nuts. So anyway, I'll get to them. So I get there. I got there before anybody. My sister was the one hosting it. She was not Cindy or Sydney or whatever, but she was Drew Barrymore's character from Scream. And my sister has long brown hair, so it was neat to see her in with short blonde hair. And she was also doing her best Drew Barrymore impression, which was pretty good. She had it worked out, and she was in the white sweater, and covered in blood. And she also had like a landline phone that she had bought off eBay or something, and like kind of with blood splattered all over it, and she kept whining that around her throat, and I was like, oh, now I get it. And her girlfriend was the ghost face guy from Scream, and she and when like that costume was getting too hot and obnoxious, she would take it off, and underneath she was Billy Loomis, the killer from that movie. And I have other stuff I wanted to show. That's okay. I'll do it later. But what else? So that's them. So who showed up next? I don't know. My brother and his girlfriend. By the way, I'm the oldest of 7, so there's a lot of people in my family, which is kind of what makes it so fun. But my brother and his girlfriend, my brother Liam, who's been on this show, and his girlfriend, they showed up as Luigi. She showed up as Luigi. he showed up as Gooigi, which I guess is a ghost goo version of Luigi. And goo is his current favorite word right now. And so they showed up as that. And then my one sister didn't show up. She couldn't make it. She was in another state. And my brother and my other brother and his 3 kids, Mike, he showed up as peanut butter. His fiance showed up as jelly. Now the joke behind that was they already had the peanut butter and jelly thing, and my brother, they didn't think his fiance was going to be able to come, so he thought it would be funny to just show up as peanut butter without jelly, like half the sandwich, and then his kids were something. Oh, his son was Mario, and his oldest daughter was Elsa from Frozen. She's really into Frozen. And the baby girl was a pumpkin. And my other sister showed up, and she was with her boyfriend, and she was Jackie from that 70s show. Her boyfriend was Brandon. That's his name. I didn't mean to say that. Her boyfriend was Kelso from that 70s show. And what else? My mom was a gypsy. My dad was a werewolf. That sounds funny. My mom was a gypsy. My dad was a werewolf, and out popped me. There was a Mickey and a Minnie. There was a referee and a rugby player, I believe. I didn't really talk to them much. Those ones I didn't know. That was my sister's girlfriend's sister. And then their friends were Minnie and Mickey, and what else? My cousin showed up as, I thought it was a witch and a pirate, but I think they were both pirates. Her and her fiance. She has 2 kids that showed up as the Grim Reaper, and the other one was in like a hazmat suit. A friend of our family's and his girlfriend, they showed up as Courage the Cowardly Dog, and he showed up as Eustace from Courage. And he also brought the Booga Booga, like they also made the Booga 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 mask, that he would always scare Courage with. And I thought that was really cool. Like one of the eyes was just this giant googly eye. I was like, where do you even get a googly eye like that big? She's like, Hobby Lobby. Okay. I just get sketchbooks from there. I guess I don't explore very much over there. Which brings me to, my other brother, Jimmy, and his fiance and their 3 boys, who walk in as gremlins. It was insane. They, so he walks in, no shirt, leather jacket. But he's all got up like a gremlin, and it's like Hollywood quality face paint job on his face. And he's got like big painted cardboard ears. I mean, he's wearing like red serpent, like contact lenses, and so is she. She's in a wedding dress. It was a real wedding dress. It was her mother's wedding dress. And they're all painted up. My brother's chest is all like green and pink. There's scales painted on his face, but it's like in this grid pattern where it's like, I don't know. They had like spikes coming off their face, like they were like little white chocolate chip kind of sized spikes painted to their face. They had like big green gremlin gloves, which were like, I think, authentic gremlin costume gloves. The boys had masks that were, I didn't even know my brother was creative outside of these costumes, but like he's clearly like got some artisticness in him. He took like old, like like 1970s, like those plastic masks with the string on the back. He took those and painted them up, but he also like molded clay over them so they looked spiky and stuff, like gremlin faces, and painted them. You would have thought they were gremlin masks. And it was nuts. And then the kids came in wearing like 3D glasses, like the red and the blue. And then the baby was he was Gizmo, which was like a store-bought costume, but like they can't just buy a store-bought costume and leave it alone. So he had like little like puff like little balls on his back, like he had gotten water on him or something and was sprouting new gremlins. It was insane. They always steal the show. There's no beating them in the costume contest. Not among our family. I don't see it. We haven't seen that come close in how many? It's been at least 3 or 4 years now. I know one year they were the people from Up. They were Russell from Up was my brother, and she was Kevin the bird, and my nephew Braden was the old man, was Ed Asner's character, and his younger brother, I think, hadn't been born yet. So it was just the 3 of them that year. Yeah. And then the next year, they were the Wizard of Oz. And that was the year I showed up as a robot made out of cardboard, because I was like, I'm going to give her a run for her money. And here I am dressed as a robot, and my brother shows up as the freaking Tin Man. And again, like Hollywood makeup, looked like he walked right out of the movie. Makes me sick. And then Yeah, she was Dorothy. My nephew was... What other characters are there? I believe he was the Cowardly Lion. And then the baby was the Scarecrow. No, other way around. And the baby also had a little Toto in his basket slash carrier, baby carrier. And another year they showed up as Willy Wonka. I think she was Violet, if I had to guess. I can't quite remember, but I believe she was Violet. And then the kids were Oompa Loompas. And I think that year they like kind of phoned it in too. They weren't that... I don't know. They didn't have enough free time. But they also made these kids like transforming Transformer costumes for actual Halloween that year. That were insane. I think they also had their own separate costumes for another Halloween party. So it's like they don't sleep this time of year. They just make costumes. It's disgusting. Someone should do something about them. Really, I can't stand. I have to beat them. I'm really determined to do something about this. Well, I botched this year. My Viking costume was not enough. If I'm gonna do that, I have to like see it through, finish it wholly, and I can't be doing it across 2 nights. It's got to be like a 20-hour project that I have to invest in time in, and I have to paint it, really do it right. Next year, I might have to make the time. So October, I'm out of commission. I can't be working on a book. I'm working on my costume to slaughter Jimmy and Katrina. Okay, what else? So while I'm going to that party, this was the other thing I was going to talk about. So while I was going to that party, I guess my debit card was hacked. Now, it didn't affect me that night. I didn't know about it. But I got an email the next day saying, "Is this a fraudulent charge?" And I go, "Yes, it is." And I look at my bank account. My heart dropped when I first looked at it because I thought it was showing me my savings and checking, but it was just showing me like, what was it, like the present balance and the available balance. But I thought it was showing me the 2 accounts, and I thought they were both drained. But I mean, yeah, for all intents and purposes, drained. But anyway, it was just my checking was like burned through, and it was $300 actually was what they took. and between like 9 transactions. So so I replied to the email or whatever it is you do, and it deactivated my card. They said they were sending me a new one. I found out today that it's a total of like 10 days or something before you'll get your new one. Because so yesterday I knew I was gonna need to go to the store, and I was like, I gotta get to the bank and get some money. And so I took out like $100 because I didn't know exactly when I was gonna see this new card, and so I got money, and I also got the number to because yesterday I saw that. See, previously when something like that has happened, I tell them, I say, no, this is a fraud. Like, it's like, is this a fraud thing? I go, yes, it is, and then they shut down your card or whatever. But then they also block the transaction, right? Well, there were 9 transactions, and they were all pending till yesterday when I saw that they were starting to go through, and so I also got the number to talk to somebody about disputing the charges, and I talked to them today. They put in a claim or whatever for all those, and that should all get resolved. But my it was just freaky to see like $300 less than I need in the bank, and also inconvenient to not be able to touch my bank account really. But it should all be back. I should be back to normal shortly, if not already. No, I think it's going to take a little while, but that's okay. We got it sorted. Yeah, it was weird. There was first there was like a 65-cent transaction, and my card was on me. I was using it that night. Weird. But there was a 65-cent transaction, and then there was like a $20 transaction at a Pizza Hut in North Carolina. And then there was a $25 transaction at a Pizza Hut in Nevada. And then it was like a bunch of USPS transactions. And then what else? And then like another like cheap like little like I think it was just like some number of cents transaction, like a little tax charge or something. I was like, none of this is me. And it was all like, oh, one of them was in like Dubai. It's like, what the heck happened to my effing account? But anyway, it's all resolved. So I was saying Halloween, I can't exactly hang out for the regular like Halloween type festivities, but I will do a show. I've got some plans for a show on Halloween. I might be like barely alive because, like I said, my schedule is upside down that day. But we'll do something. We'll make it work. It might not be a full stream, but maybe it will. I'm not too sure how it's going to transpire. But I've got some ideas. I'm going to do a taste test of something I got for my birthday. It wasn't the nicest gift, but it is something I have in my possession that I think would make a good taste test for a Halloween stream. Got some other little things planned for it that I think will make it fun. Let's see. I've been trying to find stuff to watch for Halloween. I started to watch Critters because I thought that was one I recognized from like the video stores when I was a kid. I would always see that and be like, "Dad, can we rent that?" He's like, "Nah, we ain't renting that." And I was like, "That looks like it'd be a good Halloween one to watch." I put it on for like maybe 10 minutes, and it kind of kept pushing forward with the like there was some kind of like space bounty hunter plot going on heavy at the beginning, and I was like, and then it's like some bounty hunter space plot, and then it would cut to this suburban family or something, and then it cut back to the bounty hunter stuff, and I was like, nah, I'm not in the mood for space nonsense. I thought it was just a monster movie, you know, like a creature movie, and I wasn't feeling it, so I turned it off. But then I put on The Witches from 1990. And that was good. That was good. The one where okay, so this kid, his parents die, and he's living with his grandmother, and they're at a hotel in London. And at the beginning of the movie, she's telling him all about witches. His grandmother's like an expert on witches, and she's giving him all these warnings about witches. And at this hotel, he stumbles upon this little convention room where like all the women at the convention room, it's clearly like he stumbles onto a witch convention at this hotel, right? And there's a friend he had made at the hotel, like another young boy that he was talking to, and he's like kind of like a not a greedy, but like kind of a gluttonous little boy where he's always eating and stuff, and they turn him into a mouse because witches don't like children, and the boy's watching all this and he's hiding out, and then as they wrap up their meeting, they realize they smell another young boy in the room. And they find him and catch him, and they turn him into a mouse too. And he's got to figure out how to turn back into a boy and save his grandmother or whatever. It was good. It was good. It's a good one. It's on HBO Max right now. I know they recently remade it. I don't know anything about the remake. I think is Anne Hathaway in it or something? I don't know. It's the kind of thing I associate her with. We watched I was watching a bit of Billy and Mandy at the beginning of the month as kind of a Halloween thing. They're kind of, they've got a bunch of spooky characters on that show. What else? We were watching the Halloween special of something. Oh, it was an episode of Community. It was the first Halloween special they have where Chevy Chase is dressed as the Beastmaster. He's worried that he's getting old. We watched a Halloween special of King of the Hill. I'm going to put on a haunted song, I think, because I got to go to the bathroom. It's just my iTunes goes so slow. Oh, I must not have it. Dang. I have it somewhere. I do. I for sure do. I thought I had it in my iTunes. Well, I will play another song. See. I'll play this and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry to do that. I've been trying not to do that. I feel like I've been doing a good job at not doing that. Just trying to get rid of that shadow. Okay. So on this page we meet Bonehead's girlfriend, Petunia. She's a little ghost waitress. A ghost waitress. Bleh. Yeah, but my friend Chris, who was the one that let me know that I had no sound last night, him and his wife, Kat, were just out here visiting. I mean, they were out here for a funeral. So I had to go meet them for dinner one night this week. I think it was the last night I didn't do a video. And so I got to see them. They're out in Sacramento. So you know me, I always like going out and seeing. I always like when my friends visit, I always kind of drop whatever I can to hang out with them. I mean, all my best friends live in other states at this point, pretty much. So I always got to make time for them when they come out. And yeah, we went and got pizza and hung out for a few hours. That was wonderful. But yeah, I'm glad he caught me. I don't think anybody's been in the chat in one of my videos for a long time, so I'm glad he came in and let me know, because otherwise I may still not have noticed. It is something I meant to have checked at the beginning of the first no sound video. But you know, I forgot and then never thought about it again, because I knew I was tinkering around with sound stuff, and I meant to make sure it didn't mess with my video. The weird thing is, I thought you could change your microphone in a video, like in the midst of a video. I thought you could change your microphone settings. And I was looking last night. I was kind of toying around with everything and was not finding it. I'm looking now again. I can change all these settings, but I can't change my camera or my microphone. Son, and I said no. I didn't even say the word. I was just turning the mic on and off. I can share. I can end stream. I can send feedback or something. Create a poll. I can do custom emojis. What an age to be alive. But I can't change my stuff. My equipment. Not allowed. Okay. I could have sworn that was a capability people had. Maybe I'm just not. Maybe I just don't have 1,000 subscribers enough. So subscribe. So if you don't know, since I haven't been posting videos, since I haven't been drawing the book, because I only draw the book on stream, because I want to do it all on stream, is the idea. Which is why I'm not going to take down those 2 soundless episodes for posterity. Since I haven't been doing that, I've been cleaning up the first 24 pages where I am trying to put together the first floppy comic. So I didn't write this book to be issues. It is written and drawn to be one 235-page graphic novel. But by the time I ink the rest of it and letter and color it, I don't know how long that's going to take me. So so I wanted to have something to show for it. So I think I'm going to do my best to break it into cohesive issues. And they won't be in color. They'll be they might not even have the final dialogue in them, but they'll be kind of like special edition, limited edition floppy comics that I put out. I'll just make them available while I'm still working on it. So that first batch, it's all going to be about Denton Crux, the astronaut at the beginning of this book. So I'll write some blurb for the beginning of that, maybe the beginning and the end of that book. I'll write some cover material. I'll make a special cover for that book. I'll put that together. Hopefully that'll be available soon somewhere, probably Etsy if I can. I'm not sure what Etsy's rules are exactly, but that's the plan anyway, to post it on Etsy for a physical release. I want to make physical comics of it. And then yeah, I'm also looking to, because I need to start making this my side gig. Right now I don't make any money at art, but I need to start trying to figure that out. So I've talked about it before. I was showing this yesterday. So I've got stickers and things that I want to make available eventually soon. Stickers, mugs. I've got this coffee mug. Just things I draw on my daily Instagram and Twitter that I post to those. That's a good coffee mug, right? And then I've also got this guy. It's a rooster, bugged by the crack of dawn. It's real colorful, and on the back it says "Morning can wait." Yellow handle, yellow inside. Yeah, very colorful. I love this one. I haven't used these because first of all, I need to make more of this one, and then I want to sell them. And then I've also got like some art cards I want to make and sell. So I've got like some kind of bug monster. And these are like thick cardstock index cards. They're thick. Orphan with a rodent under his foot. There's some kind of skeleton daddy. And then some other kind of skeleton. And then what else? I've got a. This isn't on the cardstock stuff, but it's just on a regular kind of index card deck. It's like a watercolor Bonehead. It's signed. So I might put stuff like that on there. That's the idea. I want to do buttons, pins. Are buttons pins? Yes. Stuff like that. I should talk to my friend Kat, whose link is now in the description for her Twitch. Who did the Mothman Loves You pin. I should talk to her about the logistics of doing that pin, because she's fulfilling that now. And that sounds like something I would be interested in doing. Making like a Bonehead enamel pin, maybe. It's not something I ever had an interest in before, but she really sparked that in me. So this place is called the Rusty Skillet Diner. That's where Petunia here works. I'll turn around. Oh my goodness, it's after 5 o'clock already. I don't know what time, but eventually I've got to go. I was going to do another page because so I want to catch up for that week somehow, hopefully, eventually. But like I say, we're doing pumpkins tonight. I will stay here for a while if I can. Only one of my roommates is home, and I know that we're waiting for the other. Halloween is an artist's holiday. Now, it's not my favorite anymore. It's just like I'm too busy for Halloween. I'm doing Inktober. I've still got to do an Inktober for today. Today's, I believe, is Crispy. No, is it Spark? I gotta move this cord. It keeps touching my face. There we go. Let me take a look. Yesterday I did a robot for Connect. He's holding a power cord, rushing off with it. Today's is Spark. I don't know what I'm gonna do. There's Petunia. Yeah, so I like Halloween because there's all this creative stuff to do, right? I don't get to. It's like I don't have time for it. So we're doing pumpkins tonight, which I've got ideas for, at least for the little one I bought. It's not really my own idea. It's something I saw my sister do once. But I gotta go get stuff for it. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the big one I bought. But, do what I always do, draw something. But then costumes is always fun. I'm trying to get to work on my Halloween playlist that I mess with every year. I haven't touched it so much this year. I've just gotten a bunch of ideas for it. I'm getting to the bottom of the ink there. I'm gonna have to pull or pour some more shortly. go. Yeah, I like the Speedball ink because it goes so smooth and it doesn't frazzle my brush after like an hour. Treats my brush a lot better than the Hobby Lobby India ink. But it goes on kind of watery and streaky, which isn't ideal. But like that can cause other problems for you. Like when you're trying to scan it in, it makes your job harder of cleaning up the page or adjusting the levels and stuff. I imagine. Anyway. Okay. Okay, do a little ghostly tale. I'm gonna need another cup of tea. I'm gonna heat that up shortly. So on my actual birthday, well, I'll tell this story in a moment. I'm gonna go hit that button. I'll be right back. So let's see. Close my closet open here. On my actual birthday, my mom had found, or I think my sister found it in her room. She didn't know why she had it. But what it was there's a photo. It was like a school picture of this young Pakistani boy who I didn't even recognize, but my mom did. And when I was 4 or 5, 6, there was this Pakistani family that would babysit me and my brother, like before I was in kindergarten, for a while. The mother's name was Shima. I don't remember the father. I don't think I saw the father too much. I think he was always out working. I think he was a pharmacist that worked with my mom. And then his wife Shima would babysit us, and they had three kids: Asif, Kashif, and Ursula. And we always got along. Like they were like some of my first friends, when I was 4. And yeah, and I guess when we moved out of the city, I guess the one boy, the youngest boy, Asif, he gave us a a photo to remember him by, and it was his school photo, and he wrote a little note on it. I didn't. My mom asked me if I wanted to take it with me, and I don't know why I had this kind of like fear of losing it or ruining it or something, but it had this little note from him on the back saying he would always remember us, and he loved us or something like that. It was really, really sweet. And I remember him being like a teenager, as a 4-year-old, I remember him being like a teenager. And he was like 7. I think his brothers, or I think those two brothers, I think they were like 7 and 9, maybe even younger. It was weird. My mom was telling me, no, they were not. Like, they were not as old as I thought. Not even close. And the girl, Ursula, like, I thought she was like 9 or something, and she was like, I don't know, she was like, she couldn't have been 5, right? Maybe she was about 5. They were really young. They were young kids. But they were older than me. But that was really nice. But the cigar bar, on my birthday, I smoked a cigar too, and it was something I had bought a long time ago that I left at my parents' house. That my mom kept telling me all night. She's like, "You have cigars here. You have cigars here. Take them home with you." Like, no, I've got something in my glove compartment. I'll be fine. And because I thought if I left it at their house, it was probably like some trashy cigars. I was like, I know I've got something good in my glove compartment. And I look in my glove compartment, and there's nothing there for like 2 months. I hadn't had a cigar in like 2 months. And I thought all this time I thought I had. I'm going to pour more ink here. All this time I thought I had something good in my glove compartment that I bought. Ooh, I just poured ink all over this paper, which means I think it's going to bleed through this paper. Let me get a new one, at least to put under this. Because yeah, it will bleed through this copy paper up at the desk. Okay, now let me concentrate. It usually doesn't pour that fast. It's a new angle. Okay. So, what was I saying? So, yeah, it turned out for the past 2 months I didn't have any cigars in my glove compartment at all. I had left them at my parents'. They had 2 cigars. I don't know what I smoked that night. I forget what it was. But I have one left of those 2, and it is an Alec Bradley something or other. One of the first cigars I tried, well, I don't know about that, but the first one I noted that I liked was it was an Alec Bradley Tempest, which I don't know a whole lot about cigars, but that's what it was called. And I haven't been able to find them lately, but anyway. So I have Something by Alec Bradley waiting for me. And on my... Oh, that was the night of my birthday. As it like switched over to midnight, I was with my mom and my sister. And then the following night, like the night of my birthday, after dinner when we went to the Scar Bar, I had a Rocky Patel Maduro, which is really good. And I also bought the same thing, but the 60th. Oh no, that's what I smoked that night. I have a Rocky Patel Maduro here waiting for me, but I bought a 60th anniversary edition or something that I smoked that night. That was good. And then I slaughtered in Fantasy. I'm pretty sure I told that story. Where I, at dinner, I was losing in Fantasy that week. And it was a Monday night, so it was like my last chance. Jiminy. So at dinner, I see that I have a 1% chance of winning, which usually means like you're out of luck. It's over. Curtains. And then we're at the cigar bar, and the football is on, and I'm not paying attention because I'm done for. And then all of a sudden, my one roommate, Lindsay, she's like, Ryan, did you see what just happened? And I'm like, what? And they're like, whoever, I think it was Andrews on the Ravens. I don't know. Did something. And then I look up, and I've got one guy on the field, and he's a tight end. And he just brought me from 1% chance of winning to a 99% chance of winning. And I beat my fantasy opponent that week by I think 40 points or something. It was crazy. It was all this tight end. No, it was he got 40 points more than my quarterback that week, which is nuts. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I tell that story on one of the last videos with sound. Okay. So I liked the new They Might Be Giants album, which is not out until November 12th. It doesn't hit the streets till then. So I won't say much, but I can't really say much anyway. I'm still like chewing on the tracks that I can't remember a lot of what I heard that new. I will say some of the preview tracks are some of my favorite tracks. The ones that they've been releasing to Spotify and YouTube and all that. There's one called Brontosaurus that I really liked. I'll say I solid liked the first 4 tracks. That much I remember for sure. There were a couple that seemed a little clunky to me. Not in a terrible way, but they weren't. They kind of seemed awkwardly shaped, like the lyrics kind of were. They just seemed kind of, not the lyrics themselves, but the way they were sung, like the way the lyrics are arranged, seemed a little clunky to me. So some of the songs, I think it's a matter of getting used to them. But there were a lot of fun sounds on the album. I liked that. In a lot of ways, it reminded me of I Like Fun, like I said. Kind of had the same vibe in a way. Overall, I would probably say, after kind of sitting on it for a minute, I would probably say I like Fun better. But this is it's at least a pretty strong album. It's a comparably strong album. But I would guess that I will end up liking the songs on I Like Fun a little more. Overall. But there are some really good ones. I like the one called Drown the Clown. One of my favorites is still I Can't Remember the Dream. I feel like it's full of the little clever lines. The whole album, that is. It's full of their typical clever lines where I don't know. It's like it's not comedy or anything. I would feel terrible to get somebody to take that away from my reviewing them, but I never feel like they're doing comedy. It's not a joke, but they've got a lot of those lines that like you hear them and then you digest them a little bit and then it kind of makes you laugh. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of a strange look at something, a strange way to interpret something, or something like that. It's a surprising way to come at a topic or a thought related to the topic at hand. Okay, it's been an hour and a half. It's 5:30. No, I gotta cook and stuff too. Dang it. I always start later than I mean to. Like considerably later. It's not. And I wanted to do. Let's see. So that page is kind of involved. All these tables and chairs, they're kind of not fun to draw. I think, because I'm thinking of all my chores and other obligations of the day, I think I'm gonna hop off after I finish this page. And you know what? Maybe I don't want to promise, because I know I always I have a bad habit of promising stuff on this channel and not being able to go through with it. So I don't want to promise, but I will consider coming back on tonight and doing another page. But I don't know what kind of time I'll have. So I will hop off after I finish this page. And I think tomorrow I'll come on. I should be able to come on earlier tomorrow than today. So I think I will try and do 2 pages tomorrow. And if I do one, surely I can do the second one, looking ahead. I'm thinking. These are all just thoughts. I'm just thinking out loud. So we'll see. We'll see. If I can make it happen, if I can stomach it, I've got to do a Inktober. I've got to do some cooking. Got to do pumpkins and some other stuff too. But if I can stomach it, if I can make it happen, if I can squeeze it in, I may try and do a page today. I don't. Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm just always so optimistic, you know. If I'm being honest, I really don't think that's going to happen tonight. But I will try to do 2 pages tomorrow. I'll try and start earlier because I should be able to, so I should do it. Brush is getting a little frazzled. Which I think it's just because I was dipping into the end of the ink for so long. What I'm gonna do, because I usually don't have that problem with this ink, but I think it was because I was trying to spread it further than it was capable of going. And then the ink brushed right out. Okay. Because these seem to work really well together. The Winsor Newton brush and the Speedball ink. I really like working with them. It's a whole different experience. Just switching to the Winsor Newton brush was like a whole new experience with inking for me. And then I started using the Speedball ink, a whole new experience. Before that, I was using Hobby Lobby brush and Hobby Lobby ink. I never poured that tea. Dang it. I wonder if I'm getting burnt out. I'll be right back. Just gonna pour it. Tea. Tea is for me. Oh man, have I been drawing off screen? I have the worst habit of doing that. My bad. I'm a chump. A hack. A fraud. Uh, Here we go. Table shadow. Okay. See, another Halloween special I watched was technically I watched the Venture Brothers Halloween special from season 6, beginning of season 6. Is that right? Maybe it's 5. I think it's 5. That sounds right. You can't just go diving into that, though. It's got spoilers. You gotta build up to it. Yeah, I think it's technically the first episode of season 5 or season 6. Oh, I gotta know. It says season 1, episode 0 when I pull it up, which isn't true. Season 5 special. Okay. I think they had 2 specials back to back at the beginning of season 5. One was like an hour-long special, and then the next one was the Halloween special. And they both aired before the rest of the season. But I think the Halloween one aired second, but it's technically the first, or vice versa. I forget. I think they had to air out of order because it was a Halloween special, and they were both coming out before the rest of the season. I think it aired first, but it was technically the second of the season, or something. I forget. Who can remember? There were like 3 seasons or 3 years between each season, 2 to 3 years. And that was 2 seasons of the show ago. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do like this kind of thing. Echo it here. I'm drawing off the main camera again. I need to bring this down. Oh, that'll help. Okay. And I didn't finish this letter. Yeah, at the Halloween party, I was so I had my sword and shield, right? And my niece, who was dressed up as Elsa, she found like my sister who was hosting the party. She had a bunch of like those neon glow stick type things. She had a bunch of different ones of those available for the kids, like kind of set there as like party favors. And my niece got one that was like a magic wand type looking thing. And so she got that, and then she was like, we were like sword fighting with my sword and her wand. She kills me. You go to a Halloween party with a bunch of kids with a sword and a shield. And everybody's going to want that sword and shield. It was the first thing my brother said when he walked in. He was like, my kids are going to want those. My kids are going to be all over those. All right. We're going to call it there. I'm going to go try and cook some food. Hang out with my roommates. I'm going to do an Inktober drawing of I don't know what, because the word is spark, which makes me think of robots, which I did yesterday. And but if I think outside of robots, it makes me think of dragon. And tomorrow's word is crispy, which also makes me think of dragon. So I don't want to do two robots or two dragons in a row. If I do a robot, dragon, robot. I did a robot yesterday, though, so it hit. You know what I mean? So, robot, dragon, robot. Or do I come up with some third idea? Whoever heard of a third idea? I don't know. Well, anyway, glad to be back. Glad to be heard. I'll be doing a show tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to try and do earlier than I did today. I came on at about 2 hours. So I came on at right around 4 o'clock. I should be able to come on much earlier than that. If I don't come on around noon, I'm a bad person. I don't know. That's the goal, I think. I'm going to try and come on around noon. Yeah. But, okay. I got to go. Got stuff to do. Love you. Call your mother. Make sure your children behave themselves in public. And only do things I wouldn't do because I don't know what I'm doing over here. Obviously. Oh, dang. Okay. Goodbye, everybody.